what we want to look at this time is the concepts of the sloped values, the sloped fades and the sloped mutes that Sol Studio technology introduces. It's an exciting bonus when it comes to the typical problems with digital audio fades and mutes and things of that nature, especially on sustained tones like low reverb trails or low drone bass guitars or rumbles or things of that nature. Usually when you do a digital fade on most digital audio systems, you will most likely end up with a tick, 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 tick kind of a sound when you have the headphones on and listening. Digital fades stair-stepping as they go down. The Sol changes that and adds to that technology to get around the problem, adds a thing we call slopes. We're looking here at a smooth sine wave, which is about the worst test we can use. And what we're going to do is just draw a fade into this very quickly. You'll notice how quickly I can do automatic fades. And the fades here are silk smooth. And the reason is because of a thing we call slope. On each of the mutes, faders, and pans, we have a built-in slope value. Now, the slope value is how long it takes the automation to make the jump. So if we're telling the automation to jump from this level to this level, instead of dropping off a cliff, as many digital editing systems do, we actually ramp down automatically up and down between each of the moves. That ramp value or the speed value we call slope. And the slope is completely adjustable. So I can take this and change the slope and take longer to get from point A to point B, or I can change the slope and take shorter to get from point A to point B and essentially fall off a cliff if I need to. So the value of this is digital fades that sound analog smooth. And it's an incredible advantage to the Sol system. Another place where that comes in handy is the idea of mutes. And up here I'm going to take the mute default to 0 so that you hear what happens with mutes on sustained tones. On a physical console, it's usually this way. Okay, you will hear pops just like that when you're pushing your tone oscillator in and out and so forth. Okay. Why? Because it's a solid state tone and there's average energy. And when we mute and drop off a cliff, you're going from an average level to nothing and vice versa, and you make this big stair step jump. Therefore, you get a pop or a tick. But look at this idea. I'm going to leave the first couple with no slopes, and I'm going to take the last couple and I'm going to give it maybe even just a 6 millisecond slope. Now what's happening here is these are leaning a little, and in fact they're exactly accurate. If you look at our relative time, 6 milliseconds. So it's an exact representation, and listen to the difference. A whole nother experience, and this is Sol Studio.